Member for Port Darwin.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise in support of the amendments to the Education Act 2015. Right? Attending school, actively participating in the school community is absolutely crucial for our children. The consequences of non-attendance are poor literacy, poor numeracy and poor outcomes, setting those children on a path that, if not interrupted, will likely see them in a best-case scenario doomed to a future dependent on welfare. In a worst-case scenario, a future of less than positive interactions with our justice system. Madam Speaker, there is a reason why school attendance for all our children is compulsory. It ensures our children have the opportunity to develop life skills, setting a framework that will hold them in good stead for their adult life. It helps them understand the values of routines. It provides a nurturing environment in which they can forge lifelong relationships with peers, be mentored by educators, learn vital communication skills. It prepares them for a future in our workforce, teaches them the importance of punctuality, understanding their actions have consequences, and sets a foundation for a successful transition from child to adolescent to adulthood. Madam Speaker, it immerses them in a community that not only nurtures them academically, but socially, equipping them with skills to navigate their life journey, develop resilience and social skills. It fosters a sense of belonging, which is so important for children's emotional welfare. All too often in the Territory, however, we are seeing children failing to attend school, with parents failing to take responsibility for their children attending school. Children not at school are children at risk of reaching adulthood, unable to read and write, unable to communicate effectively, unable to secure employment, at risk of falling into patterns of bad behaviour, of not having the resilience needed to navigate life challenges. The data on school attendance in the Northern Territory is abysmal, especially in our remote areas, and most especially for our Indigenous children. In Term 4 of 2024, attendance in the Barkly region for Indigenous children was 43.8%. In Big Rivers, 48.8%. Central Australia, 51.5%. And East Arnhem, an absolutely disappointing 38.9%. It was a little better for the top end region at 60.8%, with attendance in Darwin topping the list at 71%. Averaged across the Territory, however, it was 55.2% compared to non-Indigenous children attendance coming in at 84.2%. Most disturbing in the statistics, Madam Speaker, was that school attendance dropped off in the most critical periods for our children, and that is in the middle to late high school years, the time when they should be progressing a pathway into their future, progressing a pathway into a job, progressing a pathway into a healthy, fulfilling life for themselves and the families that we would hope that they would be planning on building. This situation is one that cannot continue, and it is for this reason that the amendments to the legislation are critical. Enshrining the role of school attendance officers in legislation ensures there is no doubt as to the importance of this role, and that the role is clearly established, absolutely delivering on our election commitment to ensure that our children attend school And where parents fail to make that happen, Madam Speaker, they will be held to account. As the Minister for Children and Families, I particularly commend my colleague, the Minister for Education, for her efforts in this space, with the role of school attendance officers playing a pivotal role in the work our circuit breaker team are doing as they work to ensure children are safe, happy, well cared for, healthy, and attending school. When a child is found out on the streets at a time when they should be at home safe in bed, getting a good night's sleep so they are well rested the next day and able to attend school, after they are returned to a safe place for the evening, the next day the team follows up with families and investigates what that child's family situation is, including whether or not the child is attending school. This is where the school attendance officers play their part, working with the team to work out what's happening with that child. The school attendance officers identify if that child is attending school, and if not, in conjunction with the circuit breaker team, they work with the child's family to reach an agreement about what is required to ensure that child does attend school. Keeping in touch with the team, they help ensure that the child remains supported and attending school, giving that child a fighting chance. As the Minister for Children and Families, I all too often see the consequences for children who are not actively attending school. Too often I'm advised of situations where children are finding themselves before the justice system, and when looking into those situations, more often than not, I find they are children who have not had the benefit of an education, who have not experienced the opportunities being part of a school community can provide. And it is for this reason, Madam Speaker, that I stand in support of the amendments to this Act.